Is it gonna fit?
No. The G is silent. Oh my god!
You make my boobs itch.
What's up, y'all? Nicole here, and the goal is to help you thrive during college. And in this video, we're gonna be talking about going to college with your V card. Before we hop into this video talking about people who go to college as virgins, I do ask that you go ahead and pop my subscribe cherry by pressing that red subscribe button, okay? See, if you wasn't subscribed before and then you go ahead and you press subscribe, then guess what? You're no longer a Thrive Child virgin. Oh, yeah! Believe it or not, there are a lot of people that go to college a virgin, even though I kind of like consider like the age of 17 to be like that average age where a lot of people like lose their virginity. And usually people at 17 are like in high school, like probably like upper class. Well, you should be upperclassmen if you're 17 in high school. Or they just got into college or about to go to college, and you know, I met some people going into high school, you know, that they said that they wasn't a virgin no more, and I'm like, oh. So 8th grade, you was getting it in over the summer, okay? When I was talking to girls like that did that, I was like, what? Like, y'all already inserting things into your bodies? I'm not even swapping spit yet. But I would say probably a more handful of people probably do it in high school, like before they get to college, if they go to college. Even go back to like middle school. First of all, people was fronting in middle school, okay, like talking about some, oh, I did it. You ain't do nothing. While you're in school, you kind of feel like everybody's doing it. Everybody just talking about how they doing it and they really not doing it. Now you got some slut buckets that really is doing it. You know what I'm saying? You really do. But you do have some people who don't. And so keep that same narrative when you get to college, because especially a lot of freshmen, they have it. And then the older you get, you know, it's more less and less common, like, okay, by upperclassmen in college, okay, by year 25, okay, you're 30. Yeah, you don't run into that as often, even though there are still people who do still have that virginity at those ages, and there's nothing wrong with that. The older you get, of course, like the less and less common like anything is gonna be, because you've lived. So I do want to talk about why people decide to be virgins or stay virgins, you know, unless you're like 12 or something. I'm not really talking about you, but people who are, you know, up in the teen years, even 20s, you know, why, or beyond, you know, why they choose to stay a virgin. Some of those reasons have to do with religion, marriage. Maybe they're waiting for the perfect person. I use perfect in quotes for a reason. Or maybe they're just waiting for like that real serious relationship. Or maybe, you know, they just had strict parents. Which brings me to why people are no longer virgins, or why they choose to finally have sex after waiting. Like, they don't have to be waiting, but you know, like why they decide to do it. The nasty. Virgins have sex because when they're curious, or they can no longer contain these hormones. They don't know how to operate with them, so they're just like, okay, gotta do it. Maybe they feel like a late bloomer, so they feel like, oh, it's time. Like, I'm supposed to do this. Like, this is that time. I have to do, like, do you know who I would be if I don't? I have to do it. I have no choice. Like, I have to have sex. Other reasons could be maybe they're just in a relationship. You know, they're with somebody and they get experimental or just horny. And the last reason that I came up with was like just being rebellious, which kind of goes back to the strict parents thing and like why people continue to stay virgins, because they grew up like in a strict household. So they get to college and they just lose their mind. So the thing about virginity is you have to understand how you view virginity. Like, what are your views on virginity? Like, growing up under our parents' rules or whoever raised you, like, they instilled something in you. They told you that something was right or wrong. They told you how things were supposed to go or not go. Or maybe nobody ever had the conversation with you. Or you learned through your friends, or, you know, Google is your parent, whatever. Like, is this something, is it a big deal for you to lose your virginity now? If you ask me, I think that yes, it's a big deal. Sex in general is a big deal. Like, sex has become so normalized, and it's very easily accessible. Anybody's willing to give it up, and if you're not, there's a prostitute down the street who is. Because sex in itself is like this sacred exchange of energy. I'm about to go real deep on y'all. People don't really talk about like the spiritual side of it. Girl, your yoni is a sacred space, okay? And you can't just be inviting any and everything up into your home. Fellas, you cannot be taking your thing and just inserting it in anybody's home. You cannot do that. When you have sex with somebody, energy is exchanging. Understand that when you come in contact with somebody else and that goes inside of them, you guys are now one. It's like a stream of energy, transferring, receiving. Anything that person's carrying, STDs included, and the energy you cannot see, that is going from over here to over there and over there to over here. I had to get a little bit deep on that because it's just so much more than just, oh, you have sex with somebody, a baby could be made. I'm just having sex because it feels good. And you know, like I read this article that said like, well, if I have sex 3.5 times a day, then I will be more happier. Like my body will actually feel, girl, shut up. And I'm not saying it's not true. Like there's definitely benefits from this. I mean, sex is a natural thing, so clearly it's gonna have some type of benefits. Okay, stop using certain things as an excuse as to why you can be a hoe. I'm just saying. Because at the end of the day, any and everybody that you are sleeping with, you're getting whatever they got. I'm not talking about the germs and everything. I'm talking about whatever they got holding on the inside of them. Well, this is not something that I even like understood or realized probably until I was 20. But I digress. I just had to take you out of church for a minute because it was just like, that is just with sex alone, whether you're a virgin or not, that is something that you need to consider and think about when you're having sex with somebody. Sexual energy is creative energy. You create, like, through sex you can create a baby. Through sex you can create a stronger connection with somebody. You can create good things and you can create bad things, and you don't want to be creating no demons in your life. I do not like to view virginity as something that you lose or that you give away, and I'll go into more detail about that later. But if you're really just not sure, like, you know, how you should view virginity, or just, it's an experience and you would like for it to be a good experience. Not everybody has a good experience with their first time having sex. Most people have that, like, that idea like, okay, well, I at least want it to be a good experience, so this is why I'm gonna do it this way, or I would prefer to do it this way because all the other ways are trash, and that means it's gonna make it a bad experience. Duh. Now, is it anybody's business that you're a virgin? Like, if you're thinking about sleeping with somebody, like, are you obligated to tell this person, hey dude, girl, look, I ain't never had sex before, I'm a virgin? Here's my take. Be open. What doesn't make sense to me about this whole debate, I don't even know if it's really a debate. I just feel like this is something I've heard people talk about, like, oh, I don't have to tell them I'm a virgin. It's none of their business. Me personally, I feel like if it's somebody that you're serious about, or you're in a relationship, definitely if you're in a relationship with, I don't even understand how this conversation hasn't even came up before bang session. Like, what do y'all talk about? Y'all don't talk about your past experiences. You don't, if you not even open enough with a person like that you're in a relationship, like, y'all shouldn't be sexing anyway. What are y'all doing? Now granted, if you just like, okay, no, I just want to do it, I'ma just pick a random person. You okay, you don't really, I don't know you, you don't know me, I don't really care to know you, and if you care to know me like that, I really don't care, because I don't care to know you. So we just gonna do this. You gonna think I've done this many other times and it's really my first time, and then I'm gonna go about my business. No, it's not any of their business if it's somebody that, you know. So let's get into guys and virgins. Do guys like virgins? There's two types of guys like this. So one is like that guy who knows that this is special for you and wants to make this experience a good one. So they're like, yes, I like this. Like, this is her first time. I'm the one that she gets to share this experience with. Like, I'm flattered. Like, this is cool. Like, this is nice. I like this. I enjoy this. And then you have this second guy. He just want to take it from you, which takes me back to the whole, oh, you're losing something. Oh, somebody's taking it from. No, I'm having an experience for the first time. That's what it is. This is very ego driven. Like guys who feel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take it. She ain't pure no more like the flower. So what about guys who don't like virgins? Cause it's a thing. It is a thing. So the first type of guy who may not like virgins because they're in the situation is like, it may be kind of stressful, or they may feel like it's a lot of pressure put on them because it's like, oh, this is her first time. Like, what if she not ready? What if she regret it? Oh, what if I, like, it's just like iffy type of thing. And then the second type of guy probably just thinks he's not good enough. Like, oh, she done waited this long to have it, and then what if I disappoint her? Like, what if I am a disappointment to this girl who has been waiting all her life for this exhilarating moment, and she just does not enjoy it?
Bruh.
That's ego driven as well, but it's like it's gonna crush your spirit, you know, if that happens. Now, my take on sex in general, which really heavily applies to when it's, you know, your first time, I feel like it should be done with somebody that you have some type of connection with. I'm not saying this has to be the person that you marry, but and if that's something that you want to do, like, and you strongly believe in that, like, do that. Please do that.
But at the very least,
somebody that respects you and cares about you and vice versa, so that you guys can actually, like, have consensual, fun sex. Somebody that understands and knows your morals, because when it comes to, you know, doing those things, you know, in the bedroom and everything, like, everybody's into different things. That's why conversations are important. I don't understand why you guys aren't even talking about this. Like, how do you... And the biggest difference when it comes to guys and girls losing their virginity, or just with sex in general, because of course you got those double standard things, but understand, you know how when you go visit somebody's house, or how somebody comes and visits your house. Ladies, you are the house that people are coming to visit. Men are the visitors of your house. Clearly, they can walk in and out of the house. You're stationary. Your house is not going anywhere. I mean, you can pick it up and put it on the trailer and take it somewhere else, but like the foundation and everything is still, just always keep that in mind. As a woman, this is your home. This is your safe space. This is where you're most free and vulnerable and all these things. And so when you invite somebody else in, there's nothing wrong with it. They can make the experience better. They can come and move in with you. But you want to make sure that it's good company. Bottom line, if you're going to choose to have sex for the first time and you're a virgin, don't do it drunk.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you turn that thumbs up.
Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it. Let's chop it up in the comment section below. Are you a virgin? Are you going to college a virgin? When did you lose your virginity?
let me know everything. I'm creepy.
I'm Nicole, and I will see you in the next video.